All right, so here we are. Welcome to Inner Balance Qigong, first session of the new year. So excited to be here with all of you. And we're going to begin with something called Breath of Joy. And it's kind of like Shi Hu a little bit, in that it's the same inhalation through the nose, but it's going to be 3 inhalations through the nose and then a long exhalation. And but there's just a different arm movement for this. So I'll just demonstrate that first. On the first inhale, the arms go up forward. Second, they go out. Third, they go up. And then the exhalation, we go forward and we come back up. And then let the hands just rest down. And then we just do the same thing again. And we'll come up and rest the hands down. So there'll be a little bit of a pause. It won't be quite so continuous. All right, so let's just start with a few just breath cycles in our default rhythm. So I'm going to have you come into horse stance. Settle into an awareness of the body. And settle into an awareness of the breath. Bending the knees slightly, allow your center of gravity to lower a bit. Feel the strength of the legs holding the body up. And they are rooting in the earth. And at the same time, sense that there's an ascension, a lift from the lower ribs up through the crown of the head. At the same time, the shoulders fall away from the ears. Breath drops down into the belly. So we'll do just a few cycles of just the breath, and then we'll integrate the movement. So we'll begin with the 3 short inhalations. One more. Now the arms. Two more. Just let your arms swing by your sides, coming back to stillness. So we're into the winter season, although it may not seem like it necessarily in the way that we've been receiving our weather. This is the time of year that's associated with the kidney energy in the body. So this, and the kidneys are associated with the bones that create bone marrow, and the bone marrow supports our immune system. So we're going to do a bolstering of the bone marrow, and the arms are down alongside the body. With the inhalation, we're drawing yin up from the earth, and then yang, we're bringing down from the heavens, and we're directing the energy all the way down. See it as a river of light flowing through every bone in your body, bending down, letting the energy go all the way to the soles of the feet. And then again, inhale, pushing into the earth through the legs. Arms come up from your sides, all the way up above your head. Exhale, like an elevator, sinking down through a building, washing, cleansing, tonifying the bones. Inhale, arms come up from the sides, all the way up. Bolstering the bone marrow. Amplifying our immune system. One more cycle. And this time we'll just let the energy drop down into the lower dantian. Pause for a moment. Notice how the body feels. Now hands are in front of the thighs, and we're going to be raising and lowering the arms. On the inhalation, when we're lifting the arms in front, we're also lifting the heels off the floor if that's comfortable. Exhale, arms sink down. As they go past your hips, lift your toes. And you can just keep your feet flat on the ground if that is preferable. Slowly lift the heels and the arms. Slowly lower them. When the hands drop past your hips, lift your toes. And we'll pause here, hands down in front of the body. Now we'll explore some spinal breathing. And we're going to, the inhalation, bring the arms up, elbows at shoulder height, palms face forward. On the exhalation, tuck the tailbone forward, slowly make fists, elbows and wrists together, chin down toward the chest. Inhale, tailbone rises behind, arms open, expand, arch the back and look up if that's comfortable. Exhale, slowly come forward, rounding the spine. Inhale, open, arch as much as you can. Exhale, tailbone tucks forward, rounding into flexion. Inhaling into extension. This creates a pumping action, moving chi through the body, massaging the internal organs. Massaging the diaphragm. One more cycle. Here, release your arms and let them fall toward the floor when you fold forward. We're going to be reaching one hand toward the floor and then the other, so the shoulder girdle is shifting. Weight is shifting from one leg to the other. And if it feels comfortable, let the pulse move faster so you get a bit more freedom of movement in your joints. The wrist is loose, the elbow, shoulder, even the head can turn. Bouncing a bit if that's comfortable with the knees and the lower back, keeping the knees bent. And then gradually we're going to rise up, still pulsing the arms. And shifting the weight from side to side, getting a little side bending action here, shoulder shimmy. And gradually slow it down. And you might feel the chi wants to keep moving you. And let that happen. Let that ride the wave. Now we're going to transition into knocking on the door of life. which is a point opposite the navel on the spine called the Ming Men. And this is referred to as the door of life. And this is a portal through which energy flows. The point is also helps bolster the kidneys. And we'll start with the feet in horse stance. And we're just gradually going to turn to the left, lifting the right heel, and then place that heel down and turn to the other side and let the arms begin to swing. They're fully extended and the hands are making contact with the hips. Now we're going to bring the hands up to the top of the pelvis. And now at waist level, so the Ming Men and navel. And you can keep your head straight or turn it now up to the ribs. Now under the armpits. So we're going right through the breast tissue. Up to the shoulder. I just want to see if maybe Darlene is trying to get in and I'm not admitting her. Keep going, sorry. It just says 3 participants, so she must not be here today. Okay, now we're going to make a loose fist and come up right out to the outside of the collarbone, just underneath the collarbone by your shoulder. And then go back to the upper arm. Now under the armpit. To the ribs. To the Ming Men again, across your navel. And top of the pelvis. And all the way extended. And then allow the body to come back to stillness of its own accord. So there's this momentum of the twisting action carrying the body right now. Let it continue until the chi comes to rest. Swaying, swinging, enjoying that movement, that fluid movement. All right. So another practice to bolster the kidneys. This is just called tonifying the kidneys, and we'll be working with the back of the hand or the inside of a fist. And we're going to be placing the hands right on the kidney level, mid-back. And if your hands that high on your back seems uncomfortable, lower your hands down a little farther and just bring your awareness to that region where the kidneys are. And we're simply going to start to pulse, percussing the body. Make sure that your breath is flowing to support the movement. Might feel comfortable just to kind of bend over a little bit more. And you could even get your hands a little higher if they'll go into the lower lobes of the lungs for decongestion. Breaking up stagnancy in the lungs. Bring it back down to the kidney level. And we're going to take the hands down to the sacrum as well. It's another area where energy can stagnate. Go back up to the kidneys. A few more thumps here. And then pause. Rise up fully in your spine. Open the palms. Hands are resting where they were making contact. Slow the breath down. Now we're going to sweep away the stagnant chi that we've just brought to the surface of the body. So the palms rest against the back. Inhale deeply, and we're going to sweep it off the sh sound. Sweep down the back, over the buttocks, the side of your thighs, off your side knees. Sh. And then bring the hands back up to the back. Shh. One more. And gradually let the hands settle down in front of the body. Now we're going to explore a form called balancing the heart fire. And fire is associated with the heart energy, heat, but sometimes there can be too much heat, and this just helps to balance that energy. So we'll place the hands on the top of the pelvis, and we're slowly going to hinge forward from the hips, and then to the left, and back, and to the right. So modulate, make sure that you're finding a level of spiraling action that feels comfortable in your body. You don't have to bend over very far or bend back that far. Next time we come forward, we'll pause momentarily and then go the opposite direction. Breath is carrying the body through space. One more full cycle, ending leaning forward. Now here, sweep your hands down off the front of your knees, and then tuck tailbone, chin to chest, slowly roll back up the spine. If you feel it all lightheaded, keep your chin down, gazing at the floor until you get your bearings. Now we're going to explore some side bending action. We'll lengthen with the inhale through the crown of the head. On the exhalation, the left ear tilts toward the left shoulder, press through your right palm. Next inhale, head comes to neutral, relax the hand. Exhale, shift to the other side. And we'll just continue. Inhaling to center, exhaling into the side bend. We'll finish to the right and bring the head back to neutral. Now we're going to start to tilt the side body to the left, and the one hand slides down as the other slides up. Exhaling. Push into the earth through your feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the other side. One more each side. Rising up and pausing here at center. Bring your awareness into your body. Notice how the side body feels. This action is great to massage the internal organs. Helps with the digestive process, the peristaltic action of the stomach and the intestines. Now we're going to turn the feet out slightly. And here we're going to be coming into a bit of a squat, if that's comfortable. And you'll squat as deeply as you can. You can simply just do the side bend. You could even practice this seated in a chair, if that's more comfortable. Just sit toward the front of the chair. So we're going to be raising the right arm first, inhaling. And then exhale, slide your left hand toward the knee, coming into the side bend. Push into the earth. Inhale, rise up, arms parallel. Exhale to the other side. And you could even go down to the forearm, resting on your thigh, if you can drop down a little bit deeper. Last one to the right. Back. And we're going to, with the inhale, gather the big ball of chi. Exhale, bring it into the lower dantian. Pause here, slowing the breath down. My clock doesn't seem to be staying on so I can see it. So got to fix that for next time. Now we're going to explore a little bit of a wider stance. And this will be, we're going to be hinging into a forward fold, sliding the hands down to the tops of the knees, or they could be higher up on your thighs. And we're simply going to shift the weight from one leg to the other. And if you want to go lower, just spread your feet a little bit wider apart. And you can imagine as you're straightening the one leg, energy rising up through it, passes through your pelvis, and then as you bend the other leg, the energy flows down. Inhale, it rises up through the leg, passes through the pelvis. Exhale, sinks down into the other leg. Finish your cycle to the right and come back. Turn your feet parallel, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, slowly roll back up your spine. Again, keep your chin down if you feel lightheaded. Receive a long, slow, deep inhalation. And then exhale even more slowly. This time, we'll forward fold again, same action, only we're going to be twisting the body. So we'll get a bit of a spinal twist action. Inhale when you're ready, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, hands lie down, pushing your buttocks back. Now we're going to bend the knee and turn in that direction. Inhaling, turning the head. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, back to center. So the arm that's straight, drop that shoulder down as low as you can go. Shoulder on the straight arm and leg side. You can look up toward the ceiling, over the shoulder if that's comfortable. We'll finish to the right. Coming back to center. Turn the feet parallel again. Tailbone tucks. Roll up the spine gradually with your next inhalation. And then you can heel to toe your feet a little bit closer together. Coming back to horse stance. Slowing the breath. Now we're going to come back to what's called a stance, where your feet are more in alignment with your hip bones. This is going to involve balancing. This is part of a White Crane series, the Shaolin White Crane series. And we're going to be starting just very simply, shifting the weight to the right leg and raising the arms in just the left heel. So hands up to shoulder height. And then place the heel as the hands sink down. And then same thing, other side. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Heel lifts, exhale, sink down. We'll just repeat this. One more each side, just lifting the heel. Now we're going to raise the heel and the ball of the foot, so just your toes are in contact, and then feel the foot release back down over the ball of the foot, through the arch, and then the heel connects. Let's do one more each side. Now we're going to lift the foot and maybe bring the toes to about the level of your ankle. And you might bend your knees and sink down here. Lift, gazing at the floor to help you keep your balance. You could also place the instep of the foot right behind the Achilles tendon. That can also, let's just do one more each side with this action. Now we're going to raise the leg perhaps so that your upper leg is parallel to the floor. Arms rise up, touching your wrists. Exhale, sink down. Imagine yourself a great white crane flapping its wings, gracefully standing on one leg. We'll finish on the right. And slowly release the arms down. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, imagine that your fingertips are trying to reach the floor. Sense your shoulders drawing down away from your ears. Next exhalation, soften through the arms, allowing them to simply hang. Now I'm going to explore another white crane movement. This time, the leg will raise as high as it can comfortably. Arms come again up above the head. And this time, we're going to step out to the side and sink down, and then shift the weight and step out to the other side. So we'll start in the same position in A stance. You don't have to step too far to the side because it's harder to kind of find your way back to the center if you do. So we'll inhale, slowly raise arms and leg. Exhale, step out and sink down. So we have somewhere now to go. We rebound away from the earth, using the earth as a springboard. And one more, finishing on the right. Release. Let's inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale and direct the energy flow down. Slowing the breath to slow the heart rate. All right, now we're going to be punching with tiger's eyes. And this form also involves making some sound. And it's just a, imagine that you're a tiger and there's some other tiger coming to try to get into your territory or steal your quarry or something. And you're hissing and baring your teeth. And so we're going to be, this is just a movement where we're punching, and but it's a gentle action. So we're going to bring the hands so the fingertips face each other, palms face the ceiling. I'm going to inhale, draw the energy up to about solar plexus level. Exhale, push the energy down. Here we're going to gather energy into the palms of the hands, inhaling. Exhale, slowly make fists. Then we're going to inhale deeply. And as you exhale, the left hand starts to extend out, turning it down. And then we're going to inhale, come back in. Exhale, other side. Inhale, drop back in. Palm slowly turns up. Exhale. One more each side. You can gaze at your hand. Now come back and pause. So for the next part of the sequence, we're going to be punching to the side, and we'll be alternating one side and then the other. So we're just really turning to look and extending the arm. We're not really turning the body in that direction. So it's just the arms moving out. Yes. Okay. So let's release the hands here, and we'll begin the way that we did for the other part of the section. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, sink down. Gather energy into the hands. Inhaling. Exhale, make your fists. Inhale deeply, look to the side. Exhale, squatting down. Arm extends. Inhale, comes back in. Exhale to the other side. One more each side. Inhale, and comes back in. Next inhale, we're going to expand and gather the big ball of chi. We'll bring it into the middle dantian at the solar plexus as we exhale. Turn your feet parallel if they turned out, and shorten your stance if you went lower. Now inhale, hands come away from the body, exhale, and release. So now we will be in a wider stance if you move back to horse stance. And this will be a lunging form where we're pivoting on the heel, lifting the ball of the foot, pivoting, and then coming into the lunge. And there'll be some arm movement as well. So we'll start facing forward, feet parallel, fingertips face each other, palms face the ceiling. And we'll inhale, gather energy. Exhale, direct it down. Gather from the earth, inhale. Now we're pivoting, and exhale, elbows drop and push your arms forward like you're pushing something hard. Now, the right arm on the inhale is going to rise up back to shoulder height. Exhale, sweep it down past your legs and through to where you began. Inhale, same arm, watch the hand if you can. Exhale as it comes past the lower body. One more. Now pause when your arms are extended. Next inhale, turn your hands to face your chest, fingertips face each other. Straighten the front leg, lift the ball of the foot, pivot to parallel. Exhale, direct the energy down. Now same thing to the other side. Inhale, drawing energy up, pivot, drop your elbows, push slowly on the exhalation. Next inhale, left arm rises to shoulder height. Exhale, back to where you began. Next inhale, come back to center, pivot. Exhale, direct the energy down. Inhale, bring it up through your feet, come all the way up and anchor in the lower dantian. Slowing the breath to slow the heart rate. Notice what you notice. Now we're going to come back to a stance, and we're going to turn the left foot out. So, and your heels are in contact so that your feet make a 90-degree angle. But you're going to turn your pelvis so that your tailbone is right between your feet at the heel. And we're going to bend the knees. And we're going to, with the, spatial relationships here, with the right hand, we're going to inhale and straightening the legs, bring the hand up, turn your palm up. Exhale, turn out. Bend your elbow on the inhale and come back to where you started. Exhale, bend your knees and sweep your fingers down the front of the body. Inhale, hand raise up to about navel level. Exhale, turn, looking to the right. Inhale, bend the elbow, hand up to about shoulder height or a little, maybe at the neck. Exhale, and sweep down. One more cycle this side. This is called fostering Qi in a circle. Next time your hand rises, just come back to neutral and release your hand to your side. Now, step your feet parallel again, and then turn your right foot. So it's creating the 90-degree angle. And same thing now with the left hand. We'll bend the knees slightly. Inhale as the legs straighten, the hand rises. Exhale and turn as far as you can comfortably. Inhale, bend the elbow, come back to center. Exhale, sweep the energy down. So visualize the energy moving in the path that you're directing it with your hand. You're like the conductor of a symphony, choosing the pace and the direction of the flow of the energy. Watch your hand as it moves. Circulating the Qi, fostering it and circulating it through the body. We'll explore one more this side. And when you release it down, next inhale, just rise up to neutral. Relax the hand at your side. And with your next exhalation, step your foot out so your feet are parallel again. Now we're going to place the palms so they're flat toward the floor or as close to that as you can comfortably. This obviously involves some flexion in the wrist. So we're in horse stance, knees slightly bent. And this is just a simple spinal twist, turning as far as you can with your spine, including the head. So with the, we'll inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, slowly start to turn your body to the left as far as you can. Let your right hip come around. And then inhale, slowly back to center. Exhale to the other side. And we'll finish to the right, come back to center, and simply release your hands with an exhalation. This next movement, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. The lower body, we're simply rising up to the balls of the feet and then dropping. And you want to drop your heels with your knees bent so that the knees serve as a shock absorber and you don't jar the joints. And with the inhale, before we start, the arms, we're going to be bringing the hands behind the body, and the hand, I'll come in closer, you can see, we're bringing the fingertips to the thumb, and the back of the hand rests against the kidney region. And so I'll just demonstrate how this is going to look. On the inhale, you're slowly bringing your fingertips to your thumb, rising to the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, you're going to release your hands forward and drop down. Inhale, slowly rise up. You can pause at the top for a moment. On the exhale, keep going. One more cycle. And slowly release your hands down as you roll up your spine. Just gonna see where we are. Time. Okay, we got a minute left. So let's just explore the bone marrow cleanse one more time, just to kind of round out the practice. And then we'll finish with the bow. So we'll inhale, arms rise. Exhale, direct the energy flow down, all the way down to the soles of your feet. We'll do this 2 more times. Arms out to your sides. Bend your knees, drop down. This time, stay upright and let the hands glide down to your thighs, and then we'll finish with the bow. Inhaling, gathering energy into the hands, drawing it down from the heavens. Yang fills the 3 energy centers. And bending down, honoring the earth, drawing yin up